Now let's talk about those situations when you need to delete a virtual machine. Now the good news is deleting a virtual machine is very easy. The bad news is sometimes it's too easy. Now before we go any farther, why would I want to delete a virtual machine? Well, one thing that will happen in virtual environments is called virtual machine sprawl. This is kind of like, sprawling suburban areas around large cities. These machines, we start finding all kinds of cool things to do. It's just easy. We like new shiny machines that we test things out on. But then we realize in just a very short period of time, we've got 100 virtual machines out here taking up massive amount of disk space, and we don't even know what some of them do. They're poorly named. It's just going to happen. It happens to everybody, okay? And so you want to go out and clean these things out. So deleting a virtual machine is easy. I'm going to show you how to do it in just a minute in the interface, and I'll also show you something that can tend to confuse a lot of people. But here's the main thing you want to watch for. You want to make sure that you do not delete a virtual machine that was used to create a linked clone, because what's going to happen is the linked clone loses its parent, if you will, and it no longer works, and that's not going to be a good day. So a linked clone base machine, or a machine that you created a linked clone off of, should be designated as a template that will prevent you from deleting it. I'll talk about that a little bit more in cloning virtual machines, but this is a great place to reiterate that and remind you of that fact. So let's jump out into the workstation interface and look at deleting a virtual machine. So here we are in the workstation interface, and the first thing I want to show you is how to make a machine disappear, but you're not actually deleting it. So be careful with this. Notice over here, if I click on this machine, say Vista A, okay, a lot of good reasons to delete Vista machines, right? I can right click on this and choose remove, and it's going to tell me this will not delete the virtual machine from the disk. It'll just remove it from the library. So say I don't want to look at it in my library, I can remove it. Now if I go out to my disk and look in virtual machines, you will see Vista A is still there. All right, and there's all the associated files with that machine. I'm just going to minimize that, but Vista A is no longer here. The files are still there, but it's not here in my library. So I can right click and open, and I can go back out to Vista A, double click on the VMX, and there it's right back. So I didn't actually delete it, I just took it out of the library so I don't have to look at it. But it's still taking up space on my disk, on my host machine. So if I want to delete this, the first thing I have to do is stop the machine. This machine's not powered on, it's stopped. I can go to VM, I can come down to manage, and notice I can delete from disk. Now this is saying, wait a minute, watch out here, this is irreversible. Are you sure you want to delete this? Notice Windows Vista A VMX permanently, and I say yes, get rid of it. Now notice it says it refers to a location that is unavailable. You might have a different situation here, it could have been moved, all kind of things could have happened. And if I come out here though, notice what's happening is it just simply doesn't see it anymore. It got rid of all those files and they are now gone. Okay, so this reclaimed all that file space and it took away Vista A. Now you want to be very careful because there is no quick undo for this. All right, I could restore from backup. I can do some other little tips and tricks, and none of them are going to be fast. They're not going to make me a hero around the office. So be very careful deleting these machines. But that's the short, skinny, Southern technical term there, on how to delete a virtual machine.